lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sim Racing Media Network. We are live here from beautiful Daytona Beach, Florida at Daytona International Speedway. I am Angel Santiago, joined tonight by Daniel Paulus. Daniel, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, Angel. What about you?
I am doing pretty good. You know what, everybody? Hold on just a moment. I'm going to have to do the unthinkable. I did not change the sound around. So hold on, everybody. We'll be right back. All right, I do apologize, everybody. We are back now. Just did not get our iRacing sound switched over, so you wouldn't be able to hear these beautiful V8 trucks roaring across this beautiful speedway. Daniel, we are back now.
All right. Well, I'm doing pretty good, Angel.
All right. Well, just our slight technical difficulties there. We're getting ready to go racing here from this 2.5-mile oval. So just under 200 miles. I think I did the math wrong a little bit, but we're all right. 69 degrees for the ambient temperature, about what it is here. Just about an hour south in Orlando. It is 62% humidity. It's about to start raining, so yeah, I'd say that. Luckily, no rain in iRacing just yet, so we can keep it partly cloudy with a 6 miles per hour wind. We'll have a nice grippy track here for a night race, Daniel, and I know you love these night races.
I love these night races, Angel. And you know, the best thing about night races is seeing those sparks flying. Also seeing some great racing action here. We're going to see multiple lines being used here at Daytona.
All right, everybody, give it just a moment. All right, everybody. We might be back here. We'll see if this is up and going again. I do apologize. If I can explain what just happened, I wish I could. So, it's a good thing we got started early here, Daniel. Now we'll figure this out.
Yeah, technical difficulties always, it's always going to happen.
Yeah, we're just gonna make a couple of slight adjustments here and see if that works. Let's go make sure the stream is up and running again. I don't believe it. We may have actually made it just in time again for the start of this.
Not working. I'm gonna have to restart my computer quick. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Hold on just apologize to everybody. I do apologize to everybody. My entire racing settings, everything went wild. It looks like Daniel had some issues even on his side. So we are up and going again. I do very much apologize. Let's see if I can even attempt to try to get I'm going to cut the stream out as well on YouTube. It's up and running. Let's see, where's Steven Shu? All right, Steven, this is Angel here in the broadcast booth. You got me, buddy?
I got you, brother.
Man, I'm sorry. We had all types of possible technical difficulties go on there, but we still wanted to have just a brief moment to give for you to give a shout out to your father.
Hey, rest in peace, Pops. Thank you for all you did for us. I really can't say it enough. Tonight's for you, man.
I appreciate it. Steven, we'll try to give you here another opportunity at one point in the race. I really am sorry. This crazy technical difficulty. So go out there and win one for him, buddy.
10-4 at parade lap was for him.
All right. Well, aside from some absolute insane technical difficulties, I think we are up and running again. So hang on just a moment, everybody. Wow. And I really am sorry there for Steven Shu. We didn't get the opportunity to really showcase or for him to talk about his father like he should have been able to. Looks like we're having some issues with our live timing as well, so we're going to go ahead and remove it for just a moment. We're going to go ahead and get that restarted here as well. Want to make sure that everybody is correctly. Yeah, we had half the field showing one lap down. We're back up here. Green flag racing. To give it a moment for the laps to reset as well. Daniel, welcome back. Thank you. I see you had some issues as well.
Yeah, SDK was not working the right way.
It looks like it's still not quite working the right way. We're not getting any laps up top for everybody. Oh, there we go. It updated there. All right. I think we can almost say we're up and running here, Daniel.
I think we are up and running, Angel. As you see right there, the 01 of Jeffrey Ledford, that Toyota Tundra leading that inside group there. Very well organized as you see the outside lane. Also very well organized. See drivers dropping below the yellow line. Probably going to the back. Not want to risk it too early on in this race, Angel.
Hey, I don't blame him there. You want to get out and away early as can be. Thank you again for everybody who joined us for tonight's race. Again, apologies for our issues to get the start. But hey, we're happy to be up and running here tonight on the Sim Racing Media Network for the Roughneck Racing Series. Want to thank again James Wagner's Welding for coming on board here for the entire season, and AdminBoxx, their newest sponsor, for coming on this year. We'll get an opportunity to talk about both of those. Right now, we got ourselves 23 trucks in tonight's race. That's quite a bit of trucks here for Daytona. We got 75 laps to complete in that time frame. We could possibly see long green flag runs, or we can also see
caution after caution. We just don't know if Daytona anything could happen here. As you see right there, the 01 Jeffrey Ledford leading the pack here, going into the tri-oval here in the opening laps. You see that 29 of Jimmy Rowdy, another strong driver, Angel. And, you know, it's the second to last race, so I wouldn't expect if this is somebody who has been up front most of the season possibly win this race later on tonight.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. You can see him come from the very back. You can see it be somebody running here up front right now. And actually, to go a little bit more in depth as well, as while you see these three trucks, the 01 of Jeffrey Ledford, the 00 of Stephen Shue, and then the 46 of Christopher Barker, all running a tribute to Stephen's father, who did drive the 71 in his time, not the 71 here of Daniel Love. But 71 was his number, and it's their way of showing tribute to his father having passed away just this past week. We go back here to let's go here to the back of the pack. You've already seen what's typical. You see they have a couple of drivers up front side by side, and then you kind of just drop to the back. A couple people just wanting to stay out of the way and just kind of ride.
You're going to see drivers that are going to want to ride, and that's because, you know, they're not going to want to be up front in the pack where they could possibly get into a big wreck. So you want to try to save your car as much as possible. You want to be there right at the end. You don't always have to be up in the front in the first opening segment. You can always wait until you feel comfortable or just go for it at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and you look at what was it, Jeff Ford in 2007 at Talladega, or what, 2008, I don't know, whatever year that he pulled off on Jimmy Johnson, where they talked about him waiting to the end. You know, he stayed at the back of the pack the entire race, and he waited until the end to really make his move. However, sometimes that doesn't also always work in your favor, because you could be in the back of the pack where the wreck happens and then you get taken out of it. So really it's just the luck of the draw. I mean, you just have to be in the right place at the right time, but you also have to make the right moves when they come to you and have to take the advantage when you can.
You definitely have to take the advantage when you given the opportunities. You see right there the 29 of Jimmy Rowdy now side by side with Jeffrey Ledford there crossing the line. Pretty strong groups here. You see right behind there in second place on the outside line is the 30 of James Wagoner. Remember earlier on in the season he did have surgery, but he's looking pretty good. Really great here tonight and a great opportunity for him to get a win.
Yeah, I mean, you know, those guys are wanting to put on a victory for that 00, the 01, and the 46. But hey, everybody else has also got a job to do and go out there and win a race. Jimmy Rowdy's, you know, he's missed a couple of races here over the last couple of weeks, which has kind of just taken him out of that championship contention almost. A driver who really was making his way, had back-to-back wins. He's won the last two races he's participated in, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember if he had ran last week or not. So, but Jimmy's just been fast. He found victory lane the first time in a league race, then won again after that. So definitely keep an eye on Jimmy to see if he can go and give himself victory number 3 here on the season and start showing that these league wins, they were just waiting for you to pop off the bottle of champagne.
It's always hard to get that first win though, too, Angel. You know, you see a lot of these drivers grinding and they just can't get the first win. But once they get that first one, it's like then they start winning one race after another, or they lose 3 races, they start winning races again. So it's always hard to get that first race under your belt, but once you do, you're not going to have a problem getting more.
I wish it happened to me. I won a league race, but didn't win anymore after that. Man, I love these trucks, man. Coming through here, Daytona International Speedway, they're going 180 miles per hour through there. They are just flying. And really, look at this, already 10 laps here through the race. Keeping it calm, but really these drivers, you can still see there's the anxiousness, you know. A lot of movement, exactly. That's the perfect way to put it. A lot of movement.
You see a lot of movement throughout these super speedways. And you want to be careful when you're making these runs and changing lanes, because, you know, in a quick second, if you make one little mistake, that could cost everybody here in the field. So you don't want to make that mistake. or you don't want to ruffle up some feathers with other drivers, because that, doesn't end well at the end of the race. So you see right there, still side by side for the lead going into turn number 1. I love that camera angle.
Oh, it's one of my favorites when you get to see these trucks just come flying across at eye level or below eye level for the trucks. And you talk about making friends and making sure that you have them here at the end of the race. It's so important here, of course, at Daytona. You hear it all the time, but you hear it talked about because that's how important it is. You couldn't hammer it down as a more important topic. Making sure you have friends. And how do you have friends at the end of this race? You have to show that you are a good plate racer. You have to show that you can be someone that can push or someone that can't be pushed, because I'll be honest with you, I love plate racing, and it's one thing I'm half decent at on iRacing. And I find that if I see that you can't be pushed, or if I've tried pushing you multiple occasions throughout the race and you can't be pushed, I'm not going to work with you at the end of the race. I will leave you out to hang on, and I'm not sorry about that. Oh, and you see those sparks that you talked about before this one. But yeah, you're always looking for who's going to benefit you, and that's the way you got to say it. Who's going to benefit you until you don't need them anymore at the end of the race.
And if you're new in a super speedway race and you're brand new to this, you're probably not going to get a lot of drivers, maybe 1 or 2 working with you, trying to get you more comfortable. But you're going to see drivers that know how to push. You're going to see those drivers hook up with other drivers that know how to push. So it's nothing like personal. It's just that you need a good pusher at the end of the race.
You really do need to have a good push at the end of the race, because if you don't have the help, you're not going to have the help. But it also at the same time is putting yourself in the right position where, you don't get left out to hang regardless, because still at some point someone has to go for the win. You can't just push unless you have some teammates, which I feel like that bottom row of teammates right there, the 0, 1, 00, and 46, they'd be happy to finish 1, 2, 3 just like that.
Talk about a code red. This is a code red up front right now. You see 3 red Toyota Tundras leading the pack here, and the inside line very well organized here compared to the outside, where they're really not getting clear of the 01 of Jeffrey Ledford just yet.
Oh, well, Jimmy, I have to say, and I've noticed this like since maybe day 1, race 1 here of this league, is that Jimmy is a very aggressive and successful side drafter. He can side draft just about anybody as close as you can get them. And he does a really good job of it, keeping it clear. He stays mindful of as much of, oh my goodness, a tongue twister there, of being mindful of the net code. My goodness, I completely lost my train of thought there. Just that one word, the net code, because that's another thing. You want to be able to be aggressive in side draft, but also you have to remember it's still a sim in which there's connections. You're connected to servers. Nothing will be perfect, and you really don't want to ruin your night, trying to side draft too hard too early either.
See right there, the 29 of Jimmy Rowdy starting the side draft. The 01 of Jimmy, Jeffrey Ledford there, but they're still battling side by side. It looks like nobody's going to be making a move anytime soon. You see the 30 there wiggling a little bit, getting that big push to the 29. 29 can now go down in front of the 01 if he wanted to, but no, he's going to stay up high with the 30 of James Wagoner.
We have our first lap truck so far of the evening. That is the 71 of Daniel Love. Not sure exactly, maybe if he missed a start or just simply lost the draft early. But as they go through one, they look like they're going to be able to stay pretty clear of him. He's going to stay all the way to the high side, as far up there as he can go. So everybody's going to give plenty of room. I said it's pretty successful go on a lap truck as you can be. Focus our efforts maybe somewhere here to the middle of the pack that we haven't discussed too much of. And you see, wow, the 58, getting a little bit loose there. Going through 3 and 4. There is a point in time, I feel like, Daniel, that it's not talked about enough, that there is a time where your tires, you will start feeling the effects of the wear after a good amount of green flag run.
You certainly will, and you know, when you get that tire wear, you're gonna start driving up the track. You're gonna start sliding up the track. The more and more tire wear comes off, so you're gonna be very careful when that happens.
Yeah, and I mean, here we are, 17 laps in, 75% fuel. I gotta imagine these guys are gonna have to come in sometime within the next 5 to 10 laps. I can't imagine we're gonna go 25 laps on a full on a 75% tank of fuel. So if that's the case, how much these drivers how much of them, I'm sorry, prepared for your green flag pit stop? Says, whoa, we got a little bit of separation amongst the top three, and the first one of the domino effect is going to be affected. I think that was a 13 of Chris Ramsey. I don't know if he ever hit the wall. The front end looks all right. Let's see if we can just jump to... Yeah, the front end looks all right. So it looks like he maybe just got tagged from behind again. Just that domino effect. One issue up front. Maybe the 00 got the 01 and the kind of a little bit too far over on his bumper. Got him a little bit uncomfortable. Had to let off. There's communication. The 46 lets off. Maybe more than anticipated for the drivers behind him. That's all it takes.
That's really all it takes there, and you saw a bump go wrong. I mean, it was nobody's fault. It just happens here on these super speedways. As you see right there for the battle for the lead, the 01 sliding up the track a little bit, but keeps it straight as they head down the back straightaway.
I love how, you can see these drivers getting a little antsy because, honestly, there's no reason. It's a third. We're not even a third of the way through the race here, but they just want to be out front, and this is just something about leading at Daytona and telling your friends, guess everybody watching, hey man, I got to lead at Daytona. Oh, Jimmy had a little bit of a connection issue there. We'll jump to the next driver. And that's one scary thing you can have, especially here at a super speedway, when you have a slight connection issue. You don't know where that truck is in front of you now. You want to stay full throttle, but you're scared that it could possibly cause an incident and wreck everybody. And of course, not on purpose.
As you see right there, the 01 still has his drafting partner right behind him. The 00 is Steven Shu. Steven Shu, he is noticeable here on the super speedway plate track, Angel. He's very good at them too.
I'd argue Steven Shu is pretty darn good at just about any one of these tracks. So he has just been quick all year long. He knows how to qualify well. Qualified in the third position for tonight. He had back-to-back poles before this, so there's a guy who knows how to put down a quick lap, and that's what you got to do here at Daytona. But he's all over the back bumper of his teammate, the 01 of Jeffrey Ledford. But I gotta say, that 30 of Dougie up there, he's doing a great job pushing that 29 and keeping that outside lane. The outside lane truly is the faster lane here, but you really have to have some drivers that are confident enough to really get up there and shove each other up top. And that third truck, that 96, it's just as important for him. And here comes the 29, jumps to the bottom. I wonder, is this just to take the lead, maybe control this race, or does he need to make a pit stop soon?
Well, you're going to know that some of these drivers will come down pit road, and you're going to see them start making this snake line formation here on the inside line, and that is so they really don't wreck each other coming on the pit road. And they want to be very close to each other, too.
Man, that 01, he keeps kind of just moving the 30 up a little bit, He really does not want James Wagner to get to the right side. Whoa, real loose there for the 29. I don't know if that was because of the contact with the 01, but there it is. The 00 is going to go with him, and we got a change for the lead here, lap 22, as the 29 is all the way to the bottom. I don't know what happened there. He merges back in. Everybody's safe, but it's just going to be a mess right there. Wow.
And look who's currently P3, Angel, is the 30 of James Wagner. And, if these two do happen to do something, maybe he could possibly get the lead here that 29 there, he came back up into traffic, and that scrambled everybody around. So now everybody's going to have to try to regroup and try to contend for this race lead.
We have Chad Hawkins, Tim Richardson, and Daniel Love. They are going to hit pit lane here, the first driver. So I have to imagine, yeah, our pit window's probably about 25 laps if we're having, or probably, 23 to 25 laps. And yes, it's your best is in numbers. I want 5. Oh, yeah, look at this. Everybody's trying to get to the bottom here. I think we're going to see a ton of trucks hit pit lane now.
And this is exactly what I was talking about. You're going to see, here they come, Angel. You see those drivers, once they start making that line formation on the inside, like I mentioned earlier, guys, they will come down pit road. And look how close they really get to each other, Angel. And that's because if they can't gain any position off track, they can gain position on pit road here. So if they can gain position on pit road, that means that they can start in front of the other driver they couldn't pass on the racetrack. So that's why these drivers do come in very close to each other, literally bumper to bumper, hopefully not wrecking each other. But they do a very good job here. They practice at it. And you see right there, the 58 of Johnny Hurst and Larry Fairman, the 99, currently P1 and P2. Right there's the 49. Of Chris Melton. Remember earlier on in the season, Angel, Chris Melton, especially last week, was having a very strong run.
Yeah, him and teammate Brandon Hinton, they'll have the 78 of Matthew Gall. It's going to be very tight. I think he made it down pit lane to pit lane speed. Wow. Chris, he's shown speed. It's been kind of quiet so far here in the first third of this race at Daytona. So we'll see if maybe he's just trying to play that long game. We'll see where these drivers, I really think, again, your numbers are best here to a certain extent. You also have to have those numbers combined and really actually working together. And I think if you've got the numbers, pitting early is a good decision, because we saw these guys take 4 fresh tires. It takes time. Well, the 99 and the 50. I don't know what happened. Did the 58 run out of fuel, or he just stopped immediately? The 2 and the 99 lose control. I don't know. There it is. There's a caution. First caution of the evening.
Truck scrambling there by pit entrance. Scrap, take a look at this replay here. To me, I don't know what really happened. It looked like a 58 just lost power right there out of turn 4. Like you mentioned, Angel, he could have lost fuel right there, and that stacked everybody up.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back to where it all started. Hope we didn't go too far back here. Let's jump on board. Oh, no, that's not big. All right. So we're on board. Oh, man, look how dirty that windscreen is.
Right there, just lost power.
I don't know really what happens there. Oh, they're going wrecking around. That's just. Let's go back to where we need to be.
It sounded like he lifted off the throttle a lot. Maybe he was coming down pit road, Angel, but he was coming in so high he had to check up.
Yeah, I'm really stunned. Well, while they get this settled in and we get our green flag going, we'll go ahead and hit our first break here for AdminBoxx, our newest partner here for the Roughneck Racing Series. All right. We're gonna go ahead and we got Chris Melton up front here. Let's go ahead and bring him on in. Hold on, everybody. We'll see if this lets us. No. Okay, never mind. I don't see him in chat. Let's see. Rick Baldwin. This is a newer name here. All right. Well, everybody you choose doesn't seem to find him in oh no, here we go. Rick, this is Angel and Daniel here in the SRM broadcast booth. You got us?
Hey, what's up? How y'all?
Doing pretty good. Is this your first race with the league here?
This is my third.
Third? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Rick. We got a lot of drivers. I eventually try to figure everybody out here.
Well, the results haven't been great, so I don't blame you.
All right. Well, right now you're gonna be top 5 here. Well, how do you plan to turn that around?
Oh, it's just a bunch of cars out here, and we're all neck and neck. I don't see anyone getting the advantage inside or outside lane.
Now, I do ask here. I know you guys are getting lined up here, so we'll let you go soon. But after that long green flag run, did you guys start to feel anything with your tires? I saw everybody taking 4 fresh fuel goods. Must have been at least for a reason, or just because you're on pit lane anyways?
I think, yeah, it's a little slippery out there, but it was pretty stable. I don't know. We took 2 just in case.
All right. Well, I do appreciate the insight, Rick. We wish you the best of luck, and hey, let's go ahead and get that luck turned around, and we'll talk to you here at the end of this race.
Thanks. Take care.
I do apologize again there to Rick. Gonna occasionally make that a problem. We'll see if, or make that mistake. We'll see if Paul comes in here, if he's got an answer for us from race control. In the meantime, we have Matthew Gall as our leader in that number 78. That 78, was quick. He had ran up front for a while, but I feel like he's just had some bad luck as of late, and it's really, really hurt his chances here in the playoffs. Michael Casey, Richard Hartman, looks like those 2 drivers, and Tim Richardson, of course, part of that wreck, losing now a few laps under this caution. Danny, we're getting ready to go green here. Iracing.com pace trucks got the lights off, ready to make that sharp left turn onto pit lane and go green flag racing.
Pace truck makes its way onto pit road, feeling it as a Matthew Gall in the 78 into the Geico restart zone. Green flag backing in here from Daytona with the 78 gets a great launch, Angel, as they come out of the tri-oval.
Almost too great of a launch. When it comes to the super speedway races, you want to have somebody right tight on your bumper to try to give you as much of that shove as can. And there it is. You got the teammates. You're gonna just not waste any time. They're gonna go right around him and have really the pack behind them on the outside.
As you see right there, trucks scattering. Don't know where they want to go. Do they want to go to the inside, outside? But so far, more of the trucks are in the inside line, which is going to get a lot more easier for them, as they're not going to have competition on the outside unless they form some kind of organization there.
And it's going to be easy for the 46. The poor 78, he's just stuck between. He's in a sandwich, a Foothills Motorsports sandwich right there as they drive to the tri-oval.
Entering turn number 1, the 00 is Steven Shu, holding off the rest of the field right there. Behind him is the 01 of Jeffrey Ledford, has led a lot of laps earlier on in this run. And they have been literally teammates bumper to bumper throughout this whole race. Nobody has been able to split him up there, but you see right there at 78, Matthew Gall, the only Ford right now inside the top 5, and the rest are all Toyotas.
Yeah, ooh, we see Chris Melton and Brandon Hinton hitting pit lane. I don't know why they would need to be hitting pit lane right now, or they have been now for a good while. So not sure if their night's over. Maybe something happened, but we'll continue on with the rest as Daniel Love will move on past them as he'll become the first truck. I apologize. 1 lap down. From here, Daniel, we got 30 laps complete. 45 to go. You got to make minimum. Let's see. Green flag racing. What, 6 laps to go. So, you got minimum 2 stops. What are you thinking here? It's early in this run. Are we still gonna hang back, or are you still trying to make some friends up front and maybe try to see how your truck does through the field?
You still got plenty of time to see how your truck is handling right now. As you see, we are literally on lap 31 out of 75, so we have 44 laps to go. So that's plenty of time, Angel. It's just that you're going to have to see if you can find your drafting partners and trust other people at the end.
Yeah, and league officials were a little kind and courteous to the drivers for tonight's race. They were awarded 1 extra fast repair. So, there goes the 99,
99.
I think, of Larry Fairman. Single truck down across. I don't think that's going to cause a caution.
No caution has come out yet for the 99 of Larry Fairman. As you see him there rolling down the back straightaway. Gonna have to take a look at a replay here later on to see what happened.
Yeah, it definitely looks fine.
Did you want a penalty report from the last caution?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Hold on just one moment. We're going to see what happens here to the 99 truck. Only because I already rewinded it back, and now I gotta look for it. Oh, they're 3 wide. Oh, and he got door with the 13 and a slight contact maybe with the 71 truck that sends him around. Great job by him saving it, keeping it off the wall, no damage, and we'll hand the reins over to race control.
So, after review, the number 2 got an EOL, and the number 99 got an EOL. And those 2 that pitted on the green flags laps, they got pit lane violations. So I believe that's why they pitted in.
Pit lane violations?
Yes, they entered under a red light.
Oh, under a closed pit, so they had to come
sir.
back and serve it. Yes, the dreaded if you pit before, you're okay. If you pit after, you're not.
Right. I think what it was, I went back and reviewed it a little bit. It looked like because the pace car was between the entrance and the exit of pit lane, it had closed the pits during that span of time, and they went in during that time.
Oh, they were the 2 leaders.
I believe so, yes.
That is correct. But because the truck right behind them didn't pit, immediately follow. Yes. So when you're the first, when you're the leader, at least a couple, you can get away with pitting on that next lap if you get down pit lane quick enough. You're gonna take the penalty anyways for going to the back, so you're gonna be, just don't speed too much. Is usually what I say. But all right, Paul, that makes sense. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
All right, here we are now. We're gonna have 31 laps to go. They are currently closing in on that 52 Chevy Silverado of Richard Hartman. He looks like he, of course, has lost a draft. Here comes the 96. I don't know if he meant to. He just comes sliding down there to the bottom. Doug Wagner. Let's see what'll happen to Dougie. No, he's running right here, running back up front. I know this might have been an older message, so we're just getting back here onto the YouTube chat to check. But yeah, right now running pretty good right out, of course, out front. Never believed that he was getting surgery just a couple of weeks ago.
Loving this camera view.
I'm just enjoying the chat. Rowdy's nephew's always so much fun. I really appreciate you coming in with us. Thank you, everybody else. Delana. I'm sorry. I'm awful with names. Probably a bad idea to be a broadcaster, but rooting there on the 71 as well. We got the 78 being rooted on there. So Appreciate everybody joining in on chat with us. We've got a full house. Keep them coming. If you got rooting a certain driver, make sure you let us know. If you're not familiar with our broadcast, this is the penultimate race for the Roughneck Racing Series. They're here in my backyard of Daytona International Speedway, just an hour north of me. Just talking to some of the admins and Daniel here before. One of my favorite tracks. It's an amazing experience to be here, not just for the racing, but for the atmosphere before, during, and after. And really, we get the amazing opportunity to broadcast it. Oh, they got a little bit squirrely up front there. That exchange for the lead is the 38 cleared himself in front of the 30. But yeah, if you're joining us, just make sure you let us know. Sorry, Daniel, who you're rooting on, and make sure you like, share, subscribe. Continue watching. We still got one more race next week at Dover, and one of my favorite tracks. Go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah, just like you mentioned, Angel, this is the second to last race. Next race is at Dover, a final race here in the Roughneck Racing League. It's been a fun season here broadcasting in the Truck Series. Don't know if I'll be back here with you, Angel, in the Truck Series or another league, but I'm sure we will be back one point or another. But it's been an incredible season, as you see right there, the 38 of Jeff Scott still holding off the field here in turns 3 and 4, side by side battling with Jeffrey Ledford.
Yeah, an incredible season it has been. These drivers have put on such an amazing show week in and week out, and then you come to a track like Daytona, so historic, and just a ton of fun to drive. Let's go ahead and jump on board again with one of these drivers. How about that? Let's see. Who do we have? Somebody else in the chat. We don't typically see the 6 of Michael Casey. I know he was involved in an incident. Is he still out on track? Okay, he's not with the rest of the trucks. But let's see. Let's go ahead and jump the truck a little further behind. Whoa, something just happened there. Of course, right when we go away, something big happened there. You saw the big lift there for Christopher Barker. Not sure what happened to Jeffrey Ledford, that 0-1, his teammate. Let's see. No, we're not that. But anyways, that was a close call for quite a few drivers there. Good thing we make it through. Lap 40 already. Daniel, these laps are counting down, and they're counting down quick. We've got maybe one more pit stop. As long as these drivers can make it, another 10 laps, more than likely, so we definitely only have one more stop to make it. The pit window should open here within the next 10 laps, give or take. How early are you coming here? I think if you're good to make it, I don't know. What are you thinking here, Danny? Do you want to come a little earlier and just try to go ahead and get it topped off and be done? Do you want to come later and put a little bit of extra fuel in case there's a green-white checkered? You don't have to pit again. A lot to consider here with only one pit stop left and a lot of green flag racing.
It is a lot to consider here at Daytona, and you really have to make your decision here if you're going to come down one final time, which it wouldn't hurt to come down one final time to get that extra fuel. Just because you know how these races end, a lot of them end in green-white checkers, and we could have that happen tonight here with the Truck Series. So if it was me, I would come down pit road, get a splash of fuel, but that's just me. So we're going to have to see how these drivers handle this situation here.
Yeah, I'm always saying I like to pit early, and honestly, put it in my hands. If I got a team of drivers, if there's 4 or 5 of us, we're pitting early. We're going to be on our own. We're going to stay on top of each other, putting down laps, making as good as time as possible. But you know what? Give me about, if I can, give me 2 to 3 laps of leeway so that we can all kind of switch around a little bit who's got a lead, so that, you know, that lead truck isn't the one guy left without any fuel at the end of the race.
And look in the middle of the pack there. He stole the 01 and Jeffrey Ledford goes 3 wide for a little bit there. But now that 38 stuck in the middle is going to fall back unless he gets some help. And right there, he's just in a swallow hole. As you see, he is falling back now. And you see the 30 of James Wagner now in the middle line. That's going to help the 38 of Jeff Scott.
There you go. 38 Jeff Scott side by side. They're now coming up on that number 99 truck of Larry Fairman, who we saw go sideways down to the infield, do a great job on the backstretch of not wrecking it. The catcher's gonna pack him at just a great opportunity here, just after the tri-oval. Right in the tri-oval is inconvenient, but just after it is a nice place to catch him. So they'll be able to move right on by. He'll fall right back in line, hopefully, get back into the draft and battle for the lucky dog from there.
As you see right there, side by side for the lead, it's a 30 of James Wagner on the outside, 00 Stephen Shu once again finding his way back up here in front of the pack. But look who's currently P3. It's the 01 of Jeffrey Ledford. So
they're wrecking behind. Big time wreck. Wow, sorry.
Multiple trucks involved back there in turn 4.
I mean to cut you off, but yeah, that was a big time wreck behind.
Gonna have to take a look at this replay here.
So this is the 46 Chris Barker. They start stacking up there. They seem to be just fine for now.
Right there. See that truck right there in the middle line come up in front.
That is the 19 truck. That's a Davison who we had just... a Baldwin. And everybody else behind, looks like just a little bit of slight contact. Somebody goes sideways, but it looks like the biggest damage is there for that number 19 truck. And I think maybe that was Johnny Hurst at that number 58. So now this is where things get fun, Daniel.
Right.
I have to believe we're just outside of a pit window.
We are. So I do expect multiple drivers do come down pit road. As you see right there, our leader is going to bring the whole field coming down pit road. Probably going to get a splash of fuel just in case if we do run into an overtime situation here tonight. So Stephen Shu leading them all down pit road with his teammate right behind him, though, one of Jeffrey Ledford. Angel, these two have been very dominant when they hook up to each other here in the beginning.
Yeah, we can switch over. There we go. That much is true. And so what I'm anticipating is, of course, well, them trying to get linked back up and moving their way through the field, if not already back to the immediate lead. Now, the question is, you almost have to have everybody come back down, right? Or you have to come back down here and top off, right? That gives you your best chance of saving enough fuel. If you stay in the back, maybe, clutch it all the way across the track right now.
Yep.
I feel like there's got to be a way you can save. I know 3 to 4 laps sounds like a lot, but you get one caution and you're good to go from there.
And you see a lot of these super speedways, they do run on strategy too. So we're going to have to see how these drivers play the strategy. And we've seen drivers who haven't come down pit road with the rest of the field, and they were leading the white flag, and they ran out of fuel. Unfortunately for them, they did not finish where they wanted to. So for me, it's really good to see these drivers come down pit road, get that fuel that they need to finish this event.
Couldn't agree more. We're gonna give everybody just a few more minutes. We have 30 laps to go from this point on. We should have maybe 1 to go, if not 2 to go from here. So we're gonna go ahead and hit our second break of the evening. We'll be right back, everybody. Hang on tight.
Having problems with the stream again?
Oh, no, we were on our commercial break.
Is anybody good with microphones, by the way?
Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out here. Daniel, Paul, what you got for us here as we come back off?
Give
our
me just
commercial break?
1 second. Give me just 1 second.
Oh, that's too funny. Perfect timing here.
Yeah, it happened.
We do have a lot of quite a few wave around trucks, everybody. So you can see maybe only a few lined up side by side.
All right, so 19 was given an EOL for going up into Hurst and bringing out that caution.
All right, seems pretty plain and simple.
Yeah, it was. Dude, that was an easy one.
Alrighty, well, we know these drivers still have 2 fast repairs, so hopefully they've got them saved. And just under 30 to go. What do you know the exact fuel window, Paul?
I'm gonna say it's mid-20s, probably 23 to 27.
That's about
from what I'm catching from when the drivers are going in and calling out pit stops. I'm gonna say 23 to 27.
All right, that's about what we figured. Thank you very much. Pace
You're
truck
welcome,
down
sir.
pit lane. We're green flag racing again as they go to the Geico restart zone. James Wagner, he's got the lead. He's going to get up through the gears. He's got the help from the number 29 truck. Those two have worked really well together and all day. And as I say that, Daniel, the 29 goes for the lead.
29 right there on the outside. And you see right there the 30 of James Wagner now going to fall back a little bit as he doesn't have the help and organization that he needs. And they're going to be side by side coming out for turn 2.
Yep, now he's got some big help from that number 38 of Jeff Scott. Jeff, quiet for really probably the first third of the race, but over the last maybe 10 to 15 laps has kind of come on strong, and he has maintained himself up into the front position.
Jeff Scott could possibly be a spoiler for the race win here tonight. Like I mentioned, Angel, anything could happen here at Daytona. We could have a surprise winner that we never expected. As you see right there, still battling side by side for the lead, heading into turn number 1 with the 29 of Jimmy Rowdy on the outside there.
Well, Daniel, would it not be Daytona if we don't get ourselves a fantastic surprise winner? And I think at this point, with the racing we have, I can't tell you who could possibly win this race. Anybody's a surprise. Anybody on the lead lap right now. Hell, even if you're not on the lead lap, there's a chance to get back on there and go ahead and get this win. You got a lot of time still left. 25 laps almost, or 27 laps at the moment. It's a lot of time, but it's also not a lot of time.
It's not a lot of time as a race car driver because you're not even thinking about the laps. You're just focusing on the driver in front of you. As you see right there,
3 wide.
contact 84's around. Big wreck on the front straightaway, and caution comes back out again. You see multiple drivers involved there. 99. The 01 of Jeffrey Ledford also involved. Gets hit again by the 99.
I'd argue we should be good to go to the end here, but wow.
That was a big accident here. Multiple drivers involved.
Yeah, especially some of our front runners at that. So we see we're gonna go 3 wide here. That's the 01 of Jeffrey Ledford, I believe.
You see the 01 Jeffrey Ledford on that third line there, but you want to focus more on that driver in the gray truck there alongside the 84 of Chad Hawkins, coming off of turn number 4.
So then you see the 26 truck, it looks like. That's Jonathan Vandenberg. The 01, he's trying to get there, and it looks like he just barely tags him on the right. Yeah, no, once he tagged him there was nothing he could do. He's trying to save it. It looked like he had it saved beforehand, but it really wasn't saved. Oh, and Chad Hawkins just nowhere to go. Chris Ramsey as well, nowhere to go. Just a heavy, heavy incident there.
See right there, the 99 of Larry Fairman involved again, just not catching a break here tonight from Daytona.
We'll go. I just want to see one more time.
Got loose.
Oh, there it is. was for the 26 of Jonathan Vandenberg. All right, well, enough through the replays. Drivers down pit lane coming in, topping off for fuel. Looks like Jimmy Rowdy is exactly what he's going to do. And what's he going to do? He's going to come out with the lead in the process. And you know what I heard here?
What?
As he came across? Well, at the time, now he's not, but earlier there, he was on a high rev, or on a very low rev, high gear, just coasting around there, saving fuel even now. Very important, because you are not guaranteed, I feel like, with 25 to go, there's still just enough time that I feel like someone or a few could possibly run out of fuel, because
Right.
somebody's got to lead, and you're going to use up more fuel at that point. And
you see these drivers under caution, Angel, they do shut off their engines here and there to save that fuel also.
you're going to have to do that to be able to save as much as possible. Again, you want to also be prepared in case you have a green-white checker that this league, of course, does offer. If I'm not mistaken, I'll go ahead and verify that is 2 green-white checkers that they get here for the race. Let me verify that is correct. Yes, so 2 green-white checkers, which means you need just what is it? I'd say probably like 4 green flag laps out of that. So it's still green flag laps you don't want to lose. I have to say, this is something. I'd be coming to pit. Yeah, there is Jeff Scott, Christopher Barker, Steven Shu. They said, yeah, I'm good. Our points leader said, yeah, I'm going to take the smart choice and come down and top off here and make sure I'm good to make it to the end. Yes, you are correct. The track does take its toll. It always does. There's always a toll when you come here to Daytona, and that is who's going to end up being in the big one. We'll have what looks to be probably 22 laps to go. I'm trying to see, is the light... No, the lights are... Oh, no, yeah, the lights are off. Lights are off. Okay.
They are off.
Yeah, it was hard to tell because everybody was single file still, but I know everybody's just coming off of pit lane, so I was like, is it me, you know, and is the neon on the lights? Is that the lights, or is it...
Right, right. And look who's up there, Angel, inside the top 10. It's the 22 of Ryan Gomez. We haven't talked about the 22 a lot this season, and he's doing pretty good here at the end of the race.
Yeah, he's been quiet all night long, and hey, like we talked about, some people want to stay out back and then just kind of move to the front when it matters. And it's not just the 22. I'd have to say the driver next to him, the winningest driver, Dalton Steele of the Roughneck Racing Series, but he's been the quiet one, and here he is coming up at the end.
Could these two drivers spoil the race win? We are about to find out here, folks. As you see the field now doubled up, coming off of turn number 4. Pace truck leading them into the Trial Angel. Could this be the final start here for the Roughneck Racing League here tonight from Daytona?
I'm interested to see here. Barney the flag man's got the flag. He's going to drop as they go through the Geico restart zone. Up to the gears. We're green flag racing again. We have just under 25 laps to go. We have 23 as we cross the line.
Side by side going down into turn number 1. Right there, James Wagner leading the outside groove. The 29 of Jimmy Rowdy leading the inside there. Side by side going into turn number 2. Right there, you see the 22 and 45 right on the bumper of each driver, trying to give a push to clear the other driver, hopefully leading that line as they want to going into turn number 3.
Yeah, as they go here into 3, you see the first 2 get their clearance. They go down there to the bottom to try to protect. But like I said, you get yourself 3. I say you can get 3 aggressive, but you might need 4 trucks on that outside lane. And, you know, here it is, Jimmy Rowdy. You talk about aggressive. He's going to do it, especially here at Daytona. Right back to the outside at his first opportunity. He's ready to go back to the lead.
I for sure thought the 45 of Dalton Steele would go up into that outside line. Obviously not. He's going to stay on the inside line with the 30 of James Wagner leading that inside line. See the outside line, they're struggling a little bit. They're going to have to get very well organized here as they're going down the back straightaway and in a turn number 3.
It's funny. I know just with Kick-Ass Duke in our chat saying that they used to live in Daytona and the city takes a toll too. Yes, it's even funnier story are the boss man of SRM, Jonathan Leach, when he graduated from the from pilot school. He ended up coming here to Daytona to graduate, and went out trying to show him around, and Daytona's like there's only so much around that's not touristy. So he's like, wow, this is it. I'm like, yeah, unfortunately, but hey, we do love the racetrack. But regardless, at least we have some good action on the track because we are now just coming close to 20 laps to go this time when they come across the line. Some aggressive drivers starting to make their moves. I see those red trucks have kind of made their way back out of the front of the pack. Not sure if it was by choice or simply they were moved out of the way by some of these very, very hungry drivers we have moving through the field.
Still side by side going into the tribal there. It's going to be the 30 of James Wagner leading that lap. Coming out of the tribal going into turn number 1. I am waiting, Angel, to see if this 45 is going to make a move anytime soon. But look who's right there inside the top 5 on the outside line. Second row. Oh, contact. 45 hard in a wall. The 96 of Matthew Ace around. The big one out turn 2.
Yeah, that is truly the big one. Oh, wow, that's a really bad net code right there for the 00 on the 45. Did you see that?
that was a pretty big gap there. You see the 45 getting some heavy front end damage.
Mm-hmm.
Not how he wanted to end his night in the closing laps. So you see the engine smoking there out of the 45.
Now, we do get 2 fast repairs, but the question is, how many have already used it is the question. There you go. Oh, there it is. That's all it took. The 96 caught the 29 at just a bad spot there in the off of his back bumper, and when he did, it just turns him into the 45. There's nothing you can do for any of them, and it's just a massive wreck from there.
See right there, the 00 also getting spun around there. Nobody's fault there.
Wow, what a big one. I have to say, though, there's... Who do you really put for? I'm interested to see who Race Control will give this penalty to, because I really don't know who you can say is at fault on that one.
It's a very hard call there. You're going to have to take a look at that replay, see what really happened as you see the pace truck make its way. We are now less than 20 laps remaining here from Daytona. What are our expectations, Angel, now that we're heading into almost the closing laps here?
I'll be 100% honest with you. We're going to have maybe 16, maybe 15, but probably 16 laps to go. When we go green, maybe 15. And I really think from there, there's a very good chance we see this go green because we've had the caution breed caution situation, but time-wise, they're fine. They're not going to run. I mean, they should be fine server-wise. But some of these guys have to be out of fast repairs to the point where they just simply can't afford to be in a wreck anymore, or else they are entirely done, and they'll be playing it maybe a little bit more safe. I really think there's a good chance we see this go green here to the end. And while we wait out for these drivers to make their way, just of course for the caution to go through, let's go ahead and do a quick rundown of your leaderboard. James Wagner from North Wilkesboro, of course, with James Wagner's Welding being the title sponsor for the Roughneck Racing Series here in their second season. This is his dad's company. Did mention there in chat where James is just a few weeks removed from surgery. So, Dougie, we're very, very happy getting to have you back. But not only that, great to see you up front. Hopefully getting to pull this one off. Ryan Gomez. I know it's not Gomez, but I think it's Gomes, or I don't know. I've just butchered it simply all year long. So there's always one name that I just can't stop butchering all year long. So Ryan, congratulations. It got to be you. He's from Arcata, California. Jeffrey Ledford, of course, in memorial for Stephen Shu, his teammate's father, in that 0-1, sorry. Chris Ramsey's there in 4th. Daniel Love in 5th. Chad Hawkins in 6th. Oh, yeah, Chad Hawkins and Jonathan Vandenberg, to be involved in the previous incident, it was maybe not the worst decision because they put them right back here in 6th and 7th. Got Chris Barker here in 8th, Johnny Hurst in 9th, and then Chris Melton here from Longwood, Florida is going to round out your top 10. All right, we're lining up two by two. We'll have 1 to green, which means we'll be 16 laps to go. Shouldn't have any problem for fuel here to the end of this.
We're going to have no fuel problems. Now it's all on the table for these drivers to do what they do best here, and that is race. So we're going to have to see how these drivers go on this restart.
Well, if you are... Man, that's a good question. What's your plan here, Daniel? Are you going to try to push it, try to get up to the lead? Are you going to just stay back, maybe assume there might be a wreck or 2 more?
There could possibly be 5 more wrecks. We really don't know. We're going to have to see how these drivers do here on this restart, but we've seen big ones happen earlier on this race, so it wouldn't shock me if we do see another big one, but these drivers are so good at racing, we might not see one.
Yeah, Daytona just one of those situations and where everybody's going for it. You got the room, cautions. And even then, it's honestly been a really good race. And I know a lot of you guys here in chat can definitely agree. We've had some really great action here tonight. It really looked like just from the back, just trying to push in the middle of the corner. It's something that's, of course, not encouraged. If you can do it, go on ahead. But we're green flag racing here.
Pace vehicle is off. The field in the hands of Ryan Gomez. Green flag back in the air.
We see that the 96 is in chat with Paul, so we'll have to see if that's a discussion as to maybe if there was any type of penalty regarding that. If he was given an EOL, which could possibly be. It's not on the lead lap anyways, doesn't matter. And that inside lane is formed well, but oh boy, you're starting to see some of those red trucks make their way back to the front, which you know what that means. Teammates.
If you see those teammates working, you know what's going to happen. They're going to get in control of the lead, and it's going to be hard to pass them for the lead. They're going to want to try to keep them broken up there. In the pack, as you see right there, James Wagner doing what he does best, leading the pack here at Daytona.
They're wrecking behind, though. Let's see. Wow. Let's see. So Barker is actually officially out of the race. Let's see what all happened here at the back of the track. This is the 78 of Matthew Ball. Oh, Chris Ramsey gets shoved out of space. Yeah, you saw. See, look at this. Just how. Wow, that's some heavy damage for a lot of these trucks. The 99, the 52, where the domino effect. That wreck happened. It started 6 to 7 trucks in front of them. They were never affected, but you see how badly affected those behind them.
Yeah, it could start way up in front of the pack, and they don't get involved, but the drivers behind them do get involved, unfortunately. Just one of those situations here at Daytona, as you see right there. The pace truck making its way in turns 3 and turn 4 with James Wagner, our leader.
Here, we'll go ahead and just while these drivers complete another one of these caution pace laps, give another opportunity for AdminBoxx to give a shout out to AdminBoxx, again, a new sponsor for this league here, just joining in at the end of the season. We saw last year James Wagner's Welding join at the end of the season and then become a title sponsor for the following. We'll see if maybe AdminBoxx maybe does something similar. We'll be right back, everybody. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back here just in time for some nice action. Yes, you can be prepared for some aggressive driving. We're going to have what looks to be probably 12 laps to go, if not 13 laps to go. Once these drivers go green flag racing again, I have to say, if for those that definitely have not pit since lap 50, I hope you've saved enough by now. You definitely should have been able to cross the line at this point with enough fuel. At this point, just make sure you got enough saved in the tank to do your burnout when you win the race.
I've seen drivers who run out of fuel right at the last second, right before they do their burnout. Very unfortunate, though.
And it's the beauty of sim racing. You can burn it down as hard as you want. There's no packing them and sealing them for the next race. See in the background there, that's Embry Riddle, actually the university just off of the track there in turn number 3 as they come off of 4. Man, I just love this track, especially under the lights. It is just a beautiful spectacle to see the trucks come across here shining under the lights, getting a great view of the horsepower that these guys just screaming across. And like I said, we get great action as sorry, pardon the flag man's getting a little excited. Still got the yellow flag out. No not quite time for that green. Looks like the lights are off on the pace car though, so we will have 12 laps to go when we go green here, lining them up side by side. And look at that puts teammates on the outside, on the outside together in second and 4th.
Danger. This is not what we anticipate here as other drivers. You know, they've seen how strong they were earlier on in this race, and if I was a driver right there on the inside line, I'd be kind of scared, because if these two get out in front, it's going to be very hard to pass.
Yeah, because once you get out there, you're going to want to make sure that nobody can pass you. If you got a teammate, Daniel, it's just the two of you. Do you rather try to control the field and have both the front or, both lanes, or do you want to just to stick to one lane and have somebody pushing?
If it was me, I would stick to one lane, have my teammate push me. If there is a run coming, we would try to block it. Hopefully just control the field until the white flag happens, and hopefully finish P1 and P2.
Yeah, see, and this is where you wish you had that third truck, where the third truck could really kind of play that coy game where, of course, you really got to work as teammates in this situation. But when you get that third truck, and if the 00 Steven Shu can get with them, if they start to see, because the way you got to do this is you got to start to develop the run. You got to lay back a little bit. If that third truck can just really focus on that laying back behind him, and he lays back with them, he could really kill that run and almost guarantee that that victory for one of his two teammates.
You really could. As you see, the pace truck coming out of turn 4 hits pit road right now, field in the hands of the 30 James Wagner and the 01 and Jeffrey Ledford. Green flag back in the air with 12 laps to go.
Green flag, can they get it done? Here they go on the outside. They're already hooked and moving there And here comes a 49 of Chris Melton. He says, man, I've seen these guys flying all day long. Let me go ahead and join them. That's not a bad idea for myself.
Not a bad idea, but you don't want to get too far out, because if you do, the other line is going to get a huge run. As you see, the top 3 now could pull down. There they go at 46 and 01, blocking the 30 of James Wagoner. And inside line, very well organized. That's going to allow the 49 of Chris Melton now to lead the outside line.
Yeah, so now the importance of the outside lane is to get organized. And then here comes the 30 of James Wagoner right to the outside. I almost thought that was the 29. We see him a little further back doing that move. It's the way he's been doing it all day long. We're going to have 11 laps to go here. These drivers are antsy. They're ready to take home a trophy here from Daytona.
Who doesn't want a trophy here from Daytona? World Center of Racing. As you see, trucks getting squirrely right there. That's the 46 of Christopher Barker. And that Toyota Tundra is still side by side, battling for the lead. As you see the 30 of James Wagoner right there, inching the nose ahead of the 01 of Jeffrey Ledford in turn 3.
Oh, that 46 is all over the back bumper of the 01. You see that they have put in some good practice together. You see the 00 behind. He's getting a little antsy. He wants to get up there with his teammates. This is for his father. He wants to go out there and win it. And then here comes Chris Melton. You saw him peek to the outside of the 30. Not sure if that was intentional or just maybe had a run and didn't want to have to let off too much.
You really did, as you see the 01 of Jeffrey Ledford still holding very strong on that inside line. But if something does happen up here in the front, look at the drivers mid-pack right now. You got the 71, the 25, the 22, the 30, the 71, the 38 of Jeff Scott, all right there inside the top 10. If something happens, they could possibly give away with the win. As you see right there.
Oh, contact behind Johnny Hurst.
Behind us. I did see the 45 of Dalton Steele involved there. That's going to bring out a next caution.
Oh, the 52 is destroyed. The 78's destroyed. Oh, 58 some decent damage. Or Dalton's, or the 13 of Chris Ramsey. He really cannot catch a break. You're right. I did see Dalton Steele there. Doesn't? Oh yeah, heavy rear end damage. Let's go ahead and check out what happened here.
Take a look at this replay here.
Lap 66. So he's going 3 wide to the outside. The 26 pinches him into the wall. He backs off. Comes to 78. He's got to run. Oh, I was in front of him. The 26 and the 58. Just wrong place, wrong time for the two of them. Cause that incident. I'd say that was pretty straightforward there, Daniel.
It really was.
We'll see if we have race control jump in with us at one point. Aside from that, let's see. 9 to go. Assuming we're 2 to green now. So 7 laps to go, possibly. Once we go green flag racing again. For those of you again joining us for the first time, make sure if you have not already, you've liked, shared, subscribed, whatever you got to do to get those bell notifications running here with the Sim Racing Media Network. We are gearing up for an exciting 2024. We've had a long 2023, of course, shadowed almost maybe by the loss of our great friend and commentator Tony Trapasso earlier this year. So but we're looking on to 2024 and of course in great memory of Tony, and knowing he's looking down at us, screaming at us for not doing doing some things for him. He's got me into racing or doing American Truck Simulator. That's what Tony really loved doing. So I've been doing that a little bit more lately. So definitely missing Tony out there, and we're definitely looking forward to an exciting 2024 season here in the Sim Racing Media Network. Daniel, I know you're excited. We got a lot of things looking forward to here next year.
We do. We got big plans in the makings right now for SRM. Don't know if it will be SRM, but I know it's going to be.
Oh, hold on. There we go. Okay, we lost it for a moment, but no problem. um,
Okay.
But yeah, no, and oh man, I'm just looking at this. I did the Daytona road course at the trucks here 2 weeks ago, and just seeing that backstretch chicane just gave me a little bit of chills of, oh, I don't want to see it again. Yeah, we had 40 laps here in the trucks. It's a long race.
As you see right there, though, one Jeffrey Ledford dominating this race tonight, Angel. Very exciting. What are our expectations going into next week for the final race of the season?
Quick point right before that, you said where Jeffrey Ledford has really dominated this race. It's something you don't typically say here at Daytona, but in reality, he really has been up front for a good majority of the race. Going into next week, Dover, Dover's it's a difficult track. You love it or you hate it. I know I've said it on many occasions. I just love it. It's one of my favorite tracks. I joked with Tim about getting somebody else to come broadcast the finale so I can go out there and win their race for them. But no, I enjoy broadcasting this league too much. We spent too much of a season here not to do the final race. But yeah, no, Dover's a tough track. It's really gonna take patience, and I've always said Dover is a rhythm track. You can get into a rhythm where you've figured out how to at least manage your tires. Boy, you can make yourself have a successful run at Dover.
And we're going to see some great short track racing indeed from Dover Motor Speedway. Final race next week for the Roughneck Racing League here. This is the second to last race for the season. As you see, there are multiple drivers here hungry, trying to get a win before season's end here at Daytona. You see the pace truck lights are off, making its way down the back straightaway. This is going to be an exciting restart, Angel.
I'm really excited. I can't wait to let you take this one away for us. And you're right, a lot of drivers up front really just hungry for victory. Jeffrey Ledford. No, yeah, he did. He's won twice this season. For a guy like that, he'll say, "Man, I haven't won." But in a couple of months. But hey, November was his last win, and it was at Iracing Super Speedway. So that's where he's got. I'd argue not looking half bad here on these big tracks. Barker, no, he won recently. James Wagoner, not. Chris Melton's been close. Other than that, yeah, we got a couple of drivers up in this top five, aside from Ledford and Barker, that are really looking to get into victory lane.
Gonna be restarting with 6 laps to go here from Daytona. Pace truck is on pit road. Let's go racing from Daytona. Let's finish her off.
They get through the Geico restart zone, up through the gears, and there goes Barney the flagman as they go green. 6 to go. Where are we going to finish this race off?
See right there, the teammates all filed in on that inside line heading into turn number 1. But look at Chris Melton has the advantage there on the outside to make something work here in the closing laps. Could get his first win here in the Roughneck Racing League as you see him heading out turn 2.
They are flying down the back stretch here that mirrors that Air Force Base and the and you see that runway that you always see that plane coming down here sometimes on iRacing. It's a pretty cool sight to see, especially 2020 when you got to see Air Force One coming down onto the backstretch, or just behind the backstretch. You see these drivers, and look at that 00. Oh no, 5 to go, and we've got a caution here. They're wrecking right behind.
That's going to leave 2 laps remaining here on the next start from Daytona. We're going to have to see how this caution fields out here, the rest of the field. As you see right there, the 2 Toyota Tundras in the top 2. Right behind them in 3rd is Chris Melton. 4th place, James Wagner. And 5th, Ryan Omez. As you see the pace truck now making its way onto the front. The back straightaway.
All right, let's see what all happened. All right, it's going to take us off the screen where we were at. Let's see. Chad Hawkins, maybe he's on pit lane right now. So we'll see if he was involved in this. Oh, no, it's just Richard Hartman here at the number 52 truck. Oh, okay. Well, that's a bad camera angle for that one moment in time. Thank you very much. Just goes behind the wall for that one moment. Okay,
Like-
hold on, everybody.
Safety truck.
Right? It's like the most inconvenient. There we go. Oh, the 45 and the 13 just make contact, and everybody else just kind of gets involved with it. And that 45 just definitely not having a good night now. Alright, let's see. I don't believe we'll have the lights coming on or the lights coming off. We should still, yeah, definitely still minimally maybe 2 to green now. So yeah, as you mentioned, this is gonna be a green-white checkered. Believe it could possibly fall as a natural green-white checkered, right? No, it's not. No, so this will be one of the two. So, all right, we only have. I'm pretty sure of that we only have 2 chances here. Unfortunately, it's hard to say it, but with only 2 chances, it's kind of just go time. You just gotta go.
Yeah. So you're gonna see aggressive moves. We're probably gonna see 3 wide action at one point here on this final restart. And that's what's really crazy about Daytona. You could go 3, 4 wide. Whereas to Talladega, where you could go 5, 6, even maybe 7 wide, if possible. It does happen at Talladega, but certainly not here at Daytona. I expect them to go 4 or 5 wide at least, at most.
I don't know about maybe 5 wide, Daniel, but you know,
I've seen it.
But hey, you know what? It'll be 5 wide going down the backstretch, that's for sure, because they'll be everywhere.
Oh no, not in the turns. Not in the turns. Definitely not. But
Oh,
the back
no, of
straightaway
course.
you will.
No, yeah, I just having fun with it there. No, I mean, and that's what I'm really excited to see, what these drivers are going to be able to do. Where can we see this winner come from? I genuinely think our winner comes from the top 5. Is there a chance that you think we see our winner come from outside the top 5 here?
I'm going to give it a 50-50 shot right now at this point. It could be anybody's race. Anybody's race.
And just look at that. Christopher Barker, of course, your leader, your points leader, has found his way to still be up front here, even at Daytona, track that, well, his teammates have run well. I feel like he's just been quiet. Really, it's just been almost the Stephen Shu and Jeffrey Ledford show running up front. Krista hasn't really been the leader. He's just either been the second or third truck in line this entire time. All right, let's see if Paul, we're just going to drag you in just because we wanted to know if this is going to be for sure a natural or an official green-white checker.
I don't know. You just have to ask me the hard questions, don't you?
Oh, you know, well, I wouldn't have any fun here if I didn't, so.
Well, I was getting ready to come in here anyway. I was just answering questions real quick. 13 got an EOL for going down into the 45 on that last one.
Okay, that's what it was. We saw the contact coming between each other, so makes sense. And then the previous one, where we saw the one truck Jimmy get turned.
That was deemed a racing incident.
Okay.
Which is why I didn't come down. They were connected, and the 29 got loose. Causing that accident. 96 and 29 were connected. They were bumper to bumper in every view I could pull up.
Yeah, it was really
and
good.
And the 29 got loose.
So, all right. Did not know that. Thank you very much, Paul. This is why I bring him in. For this is the hard questions, but also the ones that give us the answers.
All right, you guys have a good broadcast.
Thank you, Paul. We appreciate it. Always enjoy getting to bring in our race control. Always so much fun. Daniel, this could very well be the last one that we call here from Daytona.
It could be to see them coming off of turn 4. Pace truck coming on the pit road, Angel.
Iracing.com pace truck heads down pit lane. We're going to go across the Geico restart zone. Chris Barker's got the point. He's going to get up through the gears. He's got his teammate behind him so that he can push. But I'll tell you what, that outside lane, they got themselves a pretty darn good start too.
Outside lane dead even with the inside lane heading into turn number 1, side by side.
Oh man, there goes the 00. He immediately moves to the bottom. What does that do? Is that breaks apart the outside lane ever so slightly, and they'll help his teammates. But here they come with a big run on the outside. Chris Melton has got big help from the 22 of Ryan and the 29 of Jimmy Rowdy. He's made his way back up to the front, of course.
And into turn number 4, the 01 having the lead there with the 46 of Christopher Barker right in front of him. You see the outside lane now falling back a little bit. Gonna have to get well organized here as the 46 of Christopher Barker comes in and travel. White flag in the air from Daytona.
Got one lap to go here from Daytona. The penultimate race for the Roughneck Racing Series. Right now it's the 46 of Chris Barker with the lead.
See 46 and 01 still pushing each other, but there's the 49. Look how close he is. He needs a miracle to happen here. Could we see some moves getting made there?
I tell you what, maybe James Wagner might be the guy looking to make a move, but is it gonna happen? Oh, they're gonna get a little bit detached there.
He's trying.
He's trying to make something happen. I don't know if it's gonna be enough as they come off of turn number 4. The run from the outside won't be enough. Chris Barker, Jeffrey Letford, 1-2 finish for Foothills Racing in memory of their teammate's father, Stephen Shue. Oh, that's got to be a special moment for them.
Right there, and our teammate, Stephen Shue, finishing 7th here at Daytona.
Man, what a finish, man. Teammates prove that there's just nothing beating having a teammate behind you, pushing you hard right to the end to victory. Unbelievable. You know, how about we do something a little bit unorthodox here, Daniel?
Okay, what are you thinking?
Why don't we just bring the entire Foothills team down here? We got to interview 2 of them anyways, and we may as well bring the 3rd teammate down here to celebrate with them.
Okay.
Well, gentlemen, we're going to do something a little bit unorthodox here for a broadcast. We're going to go ahead and bring on the whole team. Steven, come on over here as well. You definitely get to celebrate with your team here, going 1-2 for your dad.
What's happening, Angel? Man, that was awesome. That was actually absolutely awesome.
Oh, man.
I mean, I can't ask for it no better to put a Foothills truck up front. We're all in here tonight for Pops. I mean, it was a Foothills win, and I believe we're holding the championship still 1, 2, 3. So I mean, that's going to be awesome.
It's looking pretty strong there, without a doubt. We'll give Chris here the first opportunity. Congratulations to one on the victory, and Jeff, maybe chime in here and there. What was it like trying to plan your way through that the final caution, and really talking your way through the final run?
Honestly, I mean, I got caught up in some slow traffic and everything, so that was a messed up situation. You know, we was trying to get back together, but you know, I had to check up, and they got back out front. And good strategy, put the Foothills cars up front.
And Chris, I'll move that question over with
Cool.
with you as well.
I didn't expect that. I want to thank Jeffrey for putting egos aside. He's more comfortable pushing than I am. You know, he let me out front there, and he's right behind me in the championship, so I got to thank him more than anybody.
Hey, Chris came over, man. He's our road course ringer, dude, and you know, it's a team effort over here. I could come in 3rd, but the 2 people in front of me better be teammates. And we're just enjoying it. We're having fun. We're doing what we need to do, and just keeping our nose clean as best we can. It's just a lot of fun, man. We knew what we needed to do to be there. I just wish we could have had Steven up there, but those wrecks in the middle just really got us all separated.
Hey, well, I'd say you guys did a pretty darn good job. You're going to have top 7 for all 3 of you, 1-2 finish without a doubt. Chris, we'll let you start. Go ahead and thank your friends, family, sponsors. We'll let Jeff go, and Steven, while you're here, right after that.
Thank Roughneck, Wagner's Welding, obviously, for being a sponsor. You guys and Steven, man, thanks for racing with us tonight. I know it was tough for you, dude. That's it, I guess.
Sorry about that. Probably should let you in there, Jeff. There, go ahead.
I want to first of all thank the guys at Roughneck, man. This league is getting better and better week in and week out. It's getting more competitive. It's getting tighter racing. So they're doing a great job. Things keep progressing, and I just can't wait to see what we got next season coming. It's going to get better. Want to thank James Wagner's Welding for what they do week in and week out. I've told my story with those guys, and I just can't thank them enough for what they've done here and throughout our life. Want to thank Dougie there at the end, man. He gave us an awesome push down the back straight to keep us out front, and I'm glad he was able to clinch third out of that. I know I've been long-winded here. I just want to take a second, though, and this was Pops. Damn good dude. We've raced a lot with him. We've turned tons of laps with him. Everything you see Steven doing, it's Pops all over. That's how they race. They was the ones that got me back into this where I was out so long. So, Pops, I hope you're looking down smiling, man. It was all for you tonight.
Hey, that's absolutely. I love that. Beautiful. Steven, go ahead, please.
I'm a little choked up, to be honest with you. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to be teamed with, and Foothills Motorsports. It's been awesome. I mean, can't shout out to Roughneck enough for just putting this on, and Wagner's Welding for sponsoring. But just to see Pop's red car finish up front 1-2, even though I was back in 7th trying to get there, I was screaming, at the top of my lungs. So, I mean, tonight was for Pops.
Hey, of course. That's why we wanted to bring you in here to really be able to celebrate together as a team. Thank you, Foothills Motorsports. We'll go ahead and send you guys back in up there one by one, or we'll send you back here to this interview waiting room, and you all chat amongst each other.
All right. Thanks,
Appreciate it, Angel. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Daniel. I didn't want to have you also talk amongst the 5 of us. So let's go ahead then and bring in our third place finisher, James Wagner. Probably saw all those people in chat being like, "What in the world is going on over there?" So let's bring in Dougie. Daniel, take us away.
All right. James Wagner, it's Daniel and Angel in the booth. Got a copy.
Hey, I got you guys.
Well, congratulations on a top 3 finish here. Second to last race here at Daytona. What are your expectations now that Daytona's over, heading into the final race at Dover?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Dover. It's a pretty good track. I like it, so that should be pretty good there.
And what were your thoughts on tonight's events here? How was your truck handling?
I had a fast truck. It felt good. I'll take a top 3, but I think I could have done a little bit better. But it was good. It was good overall.
All right. And do you have anybody you would like to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, I'd like to thank y'all guys, of course, for broadcasting, and I'd like to thank my father, James Wagner's Welding, for sponsorship. I also like to, thoughts and prayers to Stephen Shue and his family. And all the people that's watching. Nikki, she come by tonight to watch, so shout out to her. That's about it.
All right. Well, congratulations on a podium finish tonight, and we'll see you next week in Dover, Delaware.
All right. I appreciate you.
Have a good one.
Yep. See you.
All right, that was a third place finisher there, James Wagner. We'll go ahead and go over our race results here. All right, Chris Barker and Jeffrey Ledford with Foothill Motorsports finishing 1-2. Just had a chance to speak with James Wagner again, coming off surgery just a few weeks ago. Going to finish top 3. So nice job for him here. Chris Melton, unfortunately, just did not have enough steam there on the outside to make enough for a battle for the win, but would finish 4th. Daniel Love coming home in 5th place, which is pretty nice considering we saw him as the first truck going 1 lap down tonight. Ryan in 6th, Stephen Shue in 7th, Jimmy Rowdy would finish in 8th, Jeff Scott in 9th, and Michael Casey going to round out your top 10.
Right outside your top 10, you're going to have Brandon Hilton finishing 11th, Tim Richardson 12th, Matthew Gall 13th, 14th Chris Ramsey, 15th Richard Hartman III, 16th Matt Worrell, 17th Chad Hawkins, 18th Dalton Steele, 19th Johnny Hurst, 20th Jonathan Vandenberg, 21st Larry Fairman, and 22nd Matthew Ace, 23rd Rick Baldwin.
All right, that will round out your field for tonight's race. I want to thank everybody again. We had a great crowd here tonight for the Sim Racing Media Network. With our opportunity to broadcast the James Wagner's Welding 200 here at Daytona International Speedway. The league again sponsored by James Wagner's Welding and AdminBoxx. A big shout out to them. Make sure you also check out Roughneck Racing's website, as well as Sim Racing Media's own. And as a reminder, like, share, subscribe, get those bell notifications. We got plenty of action going on here. Like I said, if you're not hearing us here in the next couple of weeks on this broadcast, on another broadcast, I'm sure you will. So make sure you've get an opportunity to keep up with us. Daniel, I'll let you sign us off here for tonight and our penultimate race.
Great race here from Daytona for me, Daniel Paul Jr., and Angel Santiago in the broadcast booth. We will see you next week at Dover for the finale for the Roughneck Racing League. Have a great night, everybody.